Hello, my name is Amar and I will give you a brief introduction about our group project, which is inflation in Malaysia. Alright, I would like to share with you what is inflation and what kind of country Malaysia is. Inflation can be defined as an increase of prices of goods and services over a certain period of time in the country, which means when the price of the product or services rises higher than the normal price, this situation is what we call inflation. Inflation can be a hindrance, but sometimes it can benefit the economy. It depends on economic movement of that country. Now, let's move to the background of Malaysia. Malaysia is a Southeast Asian country which is well known to be very special among the unique countries in the world. Malaysia is special because of the diversity of races, religions, and culture. It also has a unique rotating monarchy system. The population of Malaysia include the half group of Malay and minorities of Chinese, Indians, and others. In 2021, Malaysia recorded 32.7 billion people of population according to Department Statistics of Malaysia. The economy of Malaysia is fourth largest in the Southeast Asia, thanks to adoption of cutting-edge technology of manufacturing and the digital economy. According to World Bank, Malaysia is an upper middle income country. The manufacturing sector, including electronics, has emerged as a leading and well-known economic sector, followed by the industrial, services, and agriculture sector. As we can see, Malaysia is very capable in terms of economic industry and have a good status income. But the population of Malaysia keep on increasing, which can slowly affect economic growth of Malaysia. And of course, the issue of inflation definitely occurs in Malaysia as well.
Next, I will proceed to analyze inflation data in Malaysia. As we can see, this is the average inflation rate in Malaysia from the years 2011 to 2021. As demonstrated, Malaysia is having its ups and downs in the inflation rate. I want to highlight that during these 10 years, the highest inflation rate was 3.8% in 2011 and the lowest was recorded in 2020, which is negative 1.14%. Firstly, Malaysia had a 3.17% inflation rate during 2011 and it decreased rapidly in 2012, which is 1.66%. Next, on 2015 and 2016, it does not make a huge difference. After that, the rate of inflation in the following year, 2017, increased significantly to 3.8%, then fell dramatically to 2.83% in 2018. This is the crucial part. During 2020, Malaysia had the lowest inflation rate in the nation until it reached a negative figure of negative 1.14% due to the COVID-19 pandemic, which began in early 2020. Suddenly, in 2021, there was a drastic increase to 2.5% because the COVID-19 pandemic is recovering in this year in Malaysia, immediately making the existing economy recover.
In these 10 years, there are three issues related to the inflation rate that can be studied. First of all, the increase in petrol oil in 2017 caused the inflation rate to rise. The increase is because of the increase in crude oil prices, which made the country need more spending for each unit of production cost. This demonstrates that prices rose from 1 ringgit 90 cent to 2 ringgit 50 cent in 2017 along with increased the inflation rate to 3.80%.
The second issue is coronavirus. Coronavirus, or also known as COVID-19, is a dangerous disease that was detected in Wuhan, China in 2019 and now has spread to other countries, including Malaysia. COVID-19 can easily spread from one person to another. So, the government implemented the Movement Control Order (MCO) in March 2020 that required all Malaysians to stay at home to avoid the virus from spreading worsen. The government also took action by implementing Standard Operation Procedures (SOP). Due to the Movement Control Order, the business could not gain more profit as before, and there is also a change in the total household spending patterns, which the household needs to spend more money, especially for health products like gloves, face masks, and hand sanitizer. This also made some business owners take advantage to raise their price of their goods and services because of the increase in aggregate demand. For example, there are complaints that some pharmacies and traders have been selling masks more than the control price that had been determined. This is one of the reasons for the negative digit of inflation in 2020. Inflation is measured by using Consumer Price Index (CPI) through the purchasing power of household consumption. Based on the Department of Statistics Malaysia, Malaysia's household consumption purchasing power in 2020 dropped 16.70% from a decade ago. During the movement control order, household purchasing habits shifted abruptly due to panic buying because they consume more food at home, indicating a higher food consumption. Not only that, as a result of movement limitations and some sectors that needed to shut down, the profit in areas such as transportation, restaurants, hotels, and others has decreased. In short, it can be concluded that Malaysia was experiencing inflation due to decreasing household purchasing power in the year 2020.
Lastly, the prices increase of the vegetables in 2021. The increase in vegetable prices is due to the high cost of fertilizers and a shortage of workers. This can be seen in 2021 on the economic operations can begin due to the coronavirus in 2020, which has placed restrictions on goods from abroad entering Malaysia. In addition, foreign workers are also unable to enter Malaysia because many of them have returned to their home countries. It also proved that the agriculture sector was affected the most by the percentage of job loss, which was 21.1%. The prices of vegetables have increased between 30 to 40% in 2021. This shows when broccoli increased from 8 ringgit to 20 ringgit per kilogram in 2021, along with increasing the inflation rate to 2.5%. Moreover, it has also been proved that the price of vegetables increased due to the weather, especially during the monsoon season, which made it unsuitable for vegetables to grow due to a lack of sunshine.
Next, I will be presenting the causes of inflation. Causes of inflation can be divided into two categories, which are demand pull inflation and cost push inflation. Demand pull inflation is caused by the bias of where demand causes originate from the demand side. It occurs when aggregate demand increases and exceeds the aggregate supply. The reason or factors for the increase in aggregate demand are the increase in consumption, investment, government, expenditure, and net export. While cost push inflation is caused by the seller, where the main causes come from the supply side. It occurs when the cost of production increases. This will cause the aggregate supply to decrease and lead to increase in the general price level. The reason for the aggregate supply to decrease is caused by the increase in the price for the input, increase in the cost of labor, and increase of import, price, exchange rate, and price of the good to increase profit by creating an artificial shortage of supply. Inflation in Malaysia also can be caused by a variety of factors. It was found that money supply is one of the common denominators that causes inflation in Malaysia, where they found money supply has a strong positive relationship with the inflation rate. Increase in money supply is the total amount of money in circulation. If the money supply increases rapidly, then the production will result specifically in demand pull inflation because there will be an excessive number of ringgit chasing an insufficient number of production. Another common cause of inflation in Malaysia is the increasing prices of food. Petrol oil can lead to inflation because it is an important element for delivering goods and services. To move from one place to another place that involve long distance. If the price of oil increase, then the cost of transportation will increase, which makes the producer have to increase the prices of their goods. The exchange rate also is a factor that influences inflation in Malaysia. Inflation is negatively affected by the exchange rate. When a country's currency depreciates, it signifies that the currency purchasing power decreases. As a result, the price of imported products and services from other countries will rise, causing domestic inflation to increase. The rate of inflation will also influenced by the cost of imported goods. Thus, the imported price will be affected by the value of the exchange